There will be zero cuts. That's the plan anyway. I don't know. You think?
That's scary. I don't know, man. You're taking a risk. You know who you have on here, so you. I mean, it's not like you had that other guy on here, but still.
All right. I forgot how I even opened this. What's up, everybody? Bad Gamer popping back in. How you doing? How's it going? How you mama? How you daddy? How them kids? How them fur babies? How is it that I have not had this gentleman on? But when I say gentleman, I don't use that term loosely. He would tell you different. But gall darn it, when you know a guy for pert near 20 years, that's right, I said pert near. You heard me. I'll say it again. Pert near 20 years, you get to know his character. And this guy is a character. I want to welcome to On My Own Terms, the one, the only, the amazing Mario stunt double, Darth Kryptonite. Hi.
What's up, buddy? Thanks.
That's right.
Mario.
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right.
I don't have the mustache though, man. I mean, I got the girth for the overalls, but I ain't got the mustache.
You have the mustache. It's just that, you can take it off whenever you want.
Could you imagine Mario without a mustache?
I don't want to. I'm sure that a picture exists somewhere, but
I think that would be nightmare fuel, personally.
You think so?
Come on. The guy has had a mustache for what, 40 years? It's like Clark Kent, dude. You take off the glasses, you don't know who it is.
I mean,
he'd be like, "It's me, Mario." Be like, "No, you're not."
No, it is not. It is not you, Mario. So we start off with Mario. You are one of the few people that got me to start really looking at Nintendo stuff. Why don't you tell people about you if they have not been in your streams? Because we know each other from streaming, but we also know each other from work. We also know each other from just hanging out. But why don't you tell people that don't know you about you for just a sec?
Sure. So, on the spot, wasn't prepared.
Yeah, we're not editing that. That's staying in.
Wait, where's my notes? Oh, hi, everybody. So I'm Darth Kryptonite. It's a long name, and most people don't like to say it. So everybody either calls me DK or Bill. I'm good with either. Just don't call me late for dinner. And if you ever come to the stream, you'll realize nobody ever has.
You showed up early. To people he don't even know's dinner.
Right? Was I invited? No. Do you have an extra plate? We're in. No, I'm joking. I kid. But I am, I guess, technically a variety streamer. I don't like that term. I just like to stream to have fun and have a fun 18 plus community. I gotta stress that.
That is super important. If any of my under 18 friends are listening, because I know some of y'all do, he is an 18 plus streamer, and I am a mod there. And if I see your name, you're done.
Unlike most people that Lem hangs out with, I think I push the boundary the most when it comes to channels. I'm probably the most, boundary pushing channel that you'll find Lem in, but it's done with a sense of grown-up humor. But I do say grown-up humor, so again, like he said, kids, this isn't the stream for you. I will gladly talk to you in one of his other streams.
Yes.
But variety streamer, I started out doing we had Fortnite Friday going on every Friday night for like 2 years, I think.
Oh yeah.
We just kind of dialed back on that, but right now so if you couldn't tell by the name, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I am also a huge, kind of Superman fan. Like I kind of like Superman a little bit. Okay. I was in a meeting this last week. Somebody asked me who my favorite superhero was, Lem.
Were you wearing short sleeves?
So I was wearing short sleeves, but I had a different shirt on that had a giant helmet on it.
Oh, okay.
I did have to tell him Superman is always going to have a place in my heart, and I've collected Superman. I've had Superman stuff. I mean, if you ever see my office, you see my name, you see my stream, you meet my kids, you know I like Superman.
Nerd.
I have a new favorite superhero though, and I've started collecting Magneto stuff now. So
yeah, why is that? Why you went from Superman, arguably the Boy Scout of DC, depending on what world you're in, but arguably the Boy Scout of DC, to the most questionable hero slash, maybe not most, but a questionable hero slash villain as your favorite. What?
Well,
the butt.
Here's the thing, Lem. When your favorite person in the world shares the name of a comic book character, it just fits.
Okay.
And my favorite person on this planet's name is Magnus. So I started collecting. If you guys don't know, Magneto's real name is Eric Magnus Lenchner. So I started collecting Magneto stuff.
Wow. So this favorite, how long have you known this favorite person on the planet?
We have been best friends for, well, in actually 5 days, it'll be 7 months.
Okay, hold on. 7 months? You found your
He bit me yesterday, though.
What?
Yeah, he just grabbed my thumb and started gnawing on the knuckle.
What? You need to tell people who this is.
If you ever pop by the stream, sometimes we get a guest in the stream. I've had somebody come in and actually take over my entire stream once, but sometimes I have a guest that just stops in. This is the most adorable, lovable, squishy little dude ever. This is my grandson, Magnus. So that's what I'm talking about. And I met him about 7 months ago when he came into this world.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's fantastic. And Magnus is freaking adorable, you guys. Finally got to meet him 2 weeks ago. Was it about 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah,
about that. Yeah.
About 2 weeks ago. So adorable. So adorable. And so stop by DK stream. Hold on. You said something earlier that I want to jump back to. You said you're a variety streamer, but you don't like the term. Why don't you like the term variety streamer?
So I've been streaming for this is year 4, and I don't want to be pigeonholed into one game. I never wanted to be known as X streamer. This guy only plays this, right?
Right.
But on the same hand, when you say your variety, people never know what they're gonna get, and I don't like that either. I don't view you as a variety streamer at all. And
although I am, by definition.
Exactly. No, but see, you are the most wholesome, cozy streamer that I've ever met. I've never been in a stream where you're more welcomed.
Okay.
And I try to mimic that. I base a lot of what I do off of Lem, okay? And
stop.
That kind of contradicts statement 1, okay? But it's true though. I've molded. So basically, I'm the Cinemax version of Lem. Let's put it that way.
Okay, hold on. For those that
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pause for a laugh.
Go back. Cinemax version of Lem. Tell us more. So
okay. Back in the 80s and 90s, showing our age here, right?
Yeah.
There was two channels, HBO and Cinemax. And HBO you would go to for family movie night, and you'd watch those family movies and Fraggle Rock and, all the, like,
The
they
feel
were the
good.
home
The
box
feel
office.
good.
So the feel-good movies were there, right?
Yeah.
But then, at night, when the kiddies would go to bed, or when your parents thought you went to bed, change the channel over to Cinemax.
When your parents
And
thought you went to
Cinemax-
bed. Oh, that's funny.
So I like to do all the fun stuff and inclusive stuff that Lem does. I just take it to the adult level. So it's not to the point where it's like everybody's going to be embarrassed coming into the stream.
Right.
But
right.
it's, we're not doing hot tub streams, nothing over here. Don't get me wrong, okay? But
I mean, I think there's a market that for you to do a hot tub stream.
dude, people would pay me to not do that. So when it comes to being a variety streamer, I like people to know what they're in for. So my goal for like my channel is to base the stream around me. So
Okay.
I'm the same no matter what's being played.
Right.
So
right.
there's no variety in that. You get the DK that you came in for. That's the way I try to look at that.
Yeah. That makes sense. Because like I myself lately, like every year, I would say that last year I really stuck to this. The year before I tried to, but last year I really stuck to. Here's the theme for the year, and the theme for the year was action adventure or RPG or MMO. So it was like fantasy, action adventure type deal thing. That's what I was trying to do, and I really stuck with it. Even though I had like different types of games, people knew the feel for the channel. And then later in the year, we would do, okay, well, we're going to try this week. We're just going to see what we think. Every 3 to 6 months, we'd say, okay, let's try one day of this genre of game or overall genre. And one of those days for me was cozy. Like, okay, it's cozy week. Let's figure this out. And then I found out I really like the cozy feel where it's a lot of chatting back and forth. It's, I don't die if I pause the game or if I sit still in the game for a little bit, and I liked really just getting to have those conversations, which stemmed from me getting a lot of flack for not reading chat.
Wait. Somebody accused you of not reading chat?
I know, right? Weird. But I was terrible at it, and then I instituted a couple things that have helped me get better at reading chat, and checking in with people. And then when we found that type of game, so late last year, I said, okay, well, 2025 it's going to be cozy streaming, cozy games. Actually, I wouldn't say cozy games per se, but cozy streaming, things that are going to allow me to hang with my chat, talk to them, see how they're checking in. I had one person at one point say, like, because I stream in the morning, it's like Lem is like the cup of coffee. You get up before you go to work, you have your cup of Lem, and then you know it's time to go to work. And
that is a good analogy because, you can't start your day without your coffee /Lem.
yeah,
Your whole day's ruined if you don't have it.
So that's what I started to do. So I see there's two types of variety streamers, I think. There's the variety that you don't know what they're going to play next. You don't know whether you're going to hang out or not, because how they play the game, it changes who they are when they play the game. Right?
Absolutely.
Which is one of the reasons I don't play Overwatch or actually many shooters at all on my streams. Because I am angry Lem when I play those games. and I don't like it.
Yeah, I've seen that lem. It's an interesting lem. It is definitely an interesting lem.
Um,
I think your channel would have to go 18 plus if you streamed that.
I don't think it'd have to go 18 plus, but there would be a rage counter of some sort.
Again, that would just go nuclear. So like the spinning dial clocks or whatnot.
Yeah,
you'd be able to like fan yourself with how fast that would be moving for a rage counter for you.
So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I haven't played that, and I'm already considering what are we doing for 2026. I don't know. I don't have that answer yet.
Wait. It's January.
Yeah,
of 25.
Yeah, I'm trying to get ahead of it.
Okay, there's a thing about getting ahead of it, and then there's a thing of like, I'm just gonna plan the rest of my life.
I'm not planning it yet. I'm keeping an eye out of what types of games are piquing my interest. And so far, nothing has piqued my interest more than the different variety of cozy games. And one of the things that I learned, I was just watching a lot of YouTube videos about cozy gaming, and cozy gaming is different to different people.
Fair.
Like there are people that feel like Final Fantasy 14 is a cozy game, or Elden Ring is
not a cozy game.
No, there are people that feel that it is because it's a matter of, okay, now I lost the fight. How can I tweak my character? So now I'm going to take an hour, 2 hours just to tweak my character. What can I do? How do I do this? Oh, to do that, I need to go over here, and that becomes cozy to them.
I mean, potato, tomato, right? I guess I get it, but I gotta say, I noticed a big change in your demeanor when you changed up for the games, and okay. I think it's fair to say, and I may be tooting my own horn a little bit, but I would fair to say in our community, I probably know you as better than most. There's probably one or two people that are above me, but 20 years is 20 years, right?
That's fair. That's fair.
And I can pick up on a slight nuance change on you, right? And you just seem happier, dude. Like you Lem's always happy, right? Like when have you never seen Lem not happy? And like something hit the fan if Lem's not happy. But
yes, that's true. Because you've seen that too.
Yeah. I mean, again, 20 years is 20 years. There's not much I don't know. But when you switch to cozy, like just the slightest corner in your mouth turned up. Like it's just it fits you. Like the games that you're playing now really fit you. And I think it's great. Am I into some of the stuff you play? Absolutely not. I can't play gacha games because I'm smart. I'm a smart guy.
Because I'm smart.
And the reason why, like you, sir, have something I don't have, and that's called self-control. I want to have everything
now,
all at once, and now, right?
Yes.
But I also like collecting other things. So buying digital pixels versus having collectibles, it's a toss-up. And if I played only gacha games, I wouldn't have any collectibles.
Yeah, that's true. There was one that you asked about, and I said no, don't do it, because knowing that you are a collectible person, and it would just, I don't remember what it was, but it was a gacha game.
I think it was Nikki, wasn't it?
It might have been Nikki, yeah. Because Nikki, Infinity Nikki, for those who haven't played Infinity Nikki, it is I like to say they put a storyline and game in the middle of my fashion photography simulator. And it's so good. But to get the dresses, to get the outfits, to get the shoes, there's a gotcha element to it. And knowing how much DK would want to collect, nah, man, he should not have that game. I fell into the trap a couple of days ago, though. I'm not gonna lie. I fell into because I was one piece away from getting like the final part of this. I was like, well, I gotta buy some diamonds.
But see, they get you on those, and like even like the game I'm playing now gets you on it. They price it at just like 5 points over what like a medium package would cost.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can spend $20 on a game, and I mean, really, $20 when I'm buying something. That's kind of where I put my basis for if I'm gonna buy something in game, right? Like if it's over 20, I really got to think about it before I pull the trigger on that.
Right.
But they make it cost $21. But there's no $21 package, right? So you got to buy the $20 package and a $10 package, or buy the $50 package with the extra bonus in it. Well, yeah, I'm getting the bonus, but you're still getting $30 extra out of me.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of one thing I don't like about like let's normalize not calling them microtransactions anymore, because they're not.
No, they're just transactions. Yeah.
They're here to stay.
Yeah.
But can they just normalize it? Like let's remember these are digital pixels.
Yes. Exactly. Which is why I've started to, if it's going to be a game like that, I'm going to invest in something where I can, again, do gametography, take pictures, and now I have something. If the game goes away, I still have my memories of whatever it is that I liked. I still have photos. If I wanted to, I can go to my home printer, print it out, put it in a frame. Have a physical representation of my in-game pixels.
I love that for you. I really do. Did you get the castle set? I gotta ask,
dude.
It's kind of sidewalling here, but it's on the same grounds.
Well, look, you've met me. There is very little rhyme or reason to what we do on this podcast. We can sidebar all we want. And what he's talking about is in Disney Infinity, Disney Dreamlight Valley, they added a very Disney Infinity thing of a set where you can build your own castle ruins. And immediately, dude, there was zero hesitation.
I think the question I should ask is not when did you get them, but how long did you wait to click buy?
Oh, immediate. I was like, all right, let's look at the other things. We know we're buying that, but let's look at the other things. So yeah, there was no way I was not getting that set. It's just amazing. And I've been having so much fun in Dreamlight Valley. And I'm not done with the Star Path yet. I'm on the bonus stuff, but I'm not done with the bonus stuff yet. And I've been really enjoying just doing dream snaps and a quest here or there. Like, I don't have everybody, like, I have everybody to their level 10 friendship. I have not done their quests.
I'm the same way. I'm actually the same way. Everybody I have in my islands or whatever, I don't know, islands or valley, I don't know what
there's an island, there's a valley, and there's a vale.
Okay. So every character in the game that I've unlocked so far, I've got them up to max friendship, but I haven't done anything with them.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Marvel Rivals came out and it kind of just pulled me out of anything I was playing.
Marvel Rivals. Many of you know how I feel about Marvel Rivals. If you're listening because you've been in somebody's chat that plays Marvel's Rivals, you know how I feel about it. If you've been in the same chat I have, I am not a fan. I don't like the way it feels. I don't like the movement. There's just a lot of it's basically just the feel of playing the game that I don't like. I love the characters. I've been collecting comics, or I've collected comics since the mid 1980s, and absolutely love Marvel. Like, I'm a Marvel fanboy. If you want to Look, I like Marvel so much. I liked The Marvels, the movie. I liked that movie.
Skipped that one.
What's that?
Skipped that one.
You did?
I skipped it. I did. I
Dude, you gotta at least watch it for Kamala.
I know.
For Kamala, you have to watch it, man. Okay, so the reason I say for Kamala is at the actress. I don't remember her name. I'm so sorry, hon. But the actress that plays Kamala is a huge Avengers fan. And like crazy huge Avengers fan. Loved Ms. Marvel. Heard that they were casting for it. Went out for it. Got it. She is the embodiment of us Marvel fans. And she plays a character that is obsessed with the Avengers. You've got to watch it for Kamala. That's like, even if you don't like anything else about it. Also Nick Fury, but that's on me.
The thing is I tried to keep up with everything in the Marvel timeline, right? Like
Yeah.
I've done all the main movies and everything, and then it really became like, if we're really going out on a limb here, but I'm assuming most people that know you and know me have seen these shows, but it really goes out, and I say limb because it ties into Loki season 2 as well. But it just branches everywhere, right?
It does.
Like
It does.
the universe that Marvel has built, it just goes everywhere. And I'm trying to stay closer to the trunk. I catch a few branches as I'm falling,
Yeah.
but I can't catch everyone.
But the way I feel about it, and this is probably, Surf is going to be so upset we're talking comics without him. But I feel like because the general public was not ready for what Marvel is doing, but they've already, like in the movies, they've already done it in the comics. That's the world that it branches off. That very few people know everything about all the Marvel stuff, and that I think that's what makes it more and more comic accurate. At least the feel of Marvel.
The difficulty with that, though, is when you're going from page to film, I don't have to read every title in Marvel to be able to catch up real quick.
That's true.
You know, like there'll be the little asterisk and blurb on the bottom, as seen in X-Men number 132. You know, it references where you can go back if you want to catch up on this. But if I'm in the middle of a movie and they make a reference to X, I now have to go watch a 2-hour-long movie instead of just looking at a 30-second blurb of a scene, you know? And I get it. That's what film is. But when when we're talking that transition, it's not as easy. And I think that's part of the problem that people are seeing now with superhero movies and superhero burnout is they want to do what they're doing in the comic books, and they're doing it, and I think they're successful with it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But there's also the people that aren't going to invest in that. They're not going to be like, well, I have to go watch Winter Soldier to know what's going on in Infinity War. Yes, you absolutely do. And you do need to stick with the mains if you're going to follow those. But the layman isn't just going to pick it up. Somebody who's never, ever seen a comic book movie and says, oh, I'm going to start with Endgame. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you.
Could.
Okay?
You could. I wouldn't, but you could. My kids are starting to get into Star Wars.
Yeah, let's go.
I can't tell you
which way.
I can't tell you.
Which way are you letting them watch them?
Look, they're watching. They're old enough; they can figure it out for themselves. Like, I'm gonna let them do how they want to do, because anytime I step in, they start to step away from whatever I'm talking about. So I'm gonna let them experience it, so that once they're done, I can just have conversations.
So it's one of those, oh no, Dad likes this, it's not cool anymore.
They will never watch the Muppets. Never. One actively hates the Muppets.
Oh man, that's bad. I'm sorry.
They actively hate the Muppets. I mean, they're out of the will, but that's I mean, what are you gonna do?
Muppets for you.
Your siblings just got your share, just so you know. Justice for Kermit.
Can you imagine if one of my kids said, you know, I really hate Superman? like
They would have to change their name.
I'm sorry. One, yeah, you got to change your name, and two, there goes your inheritance.
We're really not that petty. It's for the lols, y'all. It's for the lols.
Well, like I said, Lem and I are I'm the single max version. Remember?
Oh man. Okay. All right. We talked about streaming. We've talked about our different personalities in streaming, but one of the things I love about our more recent relationship is how we have been encouraging each other, being accountability partners, being mentors for each other in this whole streaming adventure, is how I'll say it.
You and I are perfect yin and yang.
Yeah, it works out so good. Tell me a little bit about your side of that. We can get to my side of that, but tell everybody about that.
So my side, like, you guys got to understand, I met this goofy guy. When I met him wearing a shirt with a collar and a tie. Okay.
I may have had a jacket on.
He may have had a jacket on. Yes, absolutely. And I've seen him in suspenders that weren't giant red ones with big feet too. Okay. So, but the thing is with this guy, listen, if you're listening to this, you guys know who Lem is. You love Lem already, but let me tell you how much I love Lem, right? Day one meeting this guy, we hit it off because I think it was probably, well, let's see, I only had like 1 or 2 Superman tattoos at that time, but he said something comic book, started talking, and boom, we nerded out and instant friend, right? Flash forward, and time took us away from that job where we met, and things moved around, and I hear about this thing called Twitch. I have no idea what this is, right? But my buddy's like, hey, I'm doing this. And I'm like, okay, I'll get the app. And I get this alert. He's live. What's this? Okay, let's click on this. And is this when he was first setting up the channel, guys? This is back in the days. Like, I'm just testing some stuff out. I'm not even streaming. Flash forward again. Okay, now we talk to each other daily basis, right?
Daily. All day.
It is. It's literally all day, every day, back and forth. Anytime one of us has a thought, we share it when it comes to streaming, right? I finally decided I'm going to stream. And who do I know that does this? Lem does it. So I started out streaming like Lem. It wasn't 18 plus. There was no language allowed. It was all like straight and forward. I was very like tense. And I'm like, ooh, okay, this is a lot of work. This is a lot of stress. And I started talking with Lem about it. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying this. I'm doing this. But it doesn't feel right. And he's like, well, because you're not being you. You're trying to be somebody else and put on a show. You got to be real for it, man. And that's when you're going to have fun with it. So then it built from there where it's like, I want to try this. And everything I said I want to try, I get to go for it. Like, why aren't you trying it? What, like, let's go. Why are you doing this? And yes. It's like, well, I guess I just needed somebody to tell me to, like, yeah, it's okay. And so I remember the conversation which started from our weekend meetups. So Lem and I have known each other for a while. We talk every day, but we don't see each other all the time.
I literally worked 10 minutes from his house.
Yeah.
If that. I live 10 minutes from his house. I work 5 minutes from his house.
I could deliver a cheeseburger for him, Z. I know you're listening. I can deliver a cheeseburger to him, okay? He has delivered a cheeseburger here, so there. But we decided, look, we've got to meet up. We got to cut some time out of our day. So we started doing like a Saturday meetup, and it's actually grown now. So more of us meet up, and it's not just him and I anymore. But when we met up, we were both bringing like a pen and paper and a notepad and jotting notes to each other and sharing our notes and be like, this is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. And I told Lem, like, if I'm going to be me, I got to be me. Right. So if I'm at work, I am very professional. I feel I am. When I'm not at work, I am very real. Okay. So yeah, I use those words that make Lem turn purple, right? But I use them casually, and it's just my vocabulary. Lem's like, so do it on your channel. I'm like, but is it okay? Like, I'm going to say the bad word and somebody's going to be like, no. He's like, no, dude, it's your space and you just got to set the ground. And he really helped me build into myself and just being me. So I know, like, when I click the go live button, the guy that you're seeing is the guy that would be sitting across the table from me at a restaurant.
Exactly.
Or, hanging out. It's not fake.
That,
I guess, is the way to put it.
The genuineness, you can tell, because we've talked about this before. We'll go into some random streamers' channel, and you can just feel that they're not being them. There's a genuineness, that a genuality, a realness. I don't know. Stop trying to correct my language, people. But just you can tell if it's them or not. If they're holding back, if they are giving too much. And that's one thing that I see a lot lately is folks giving too much. Now we have friends that like are just themselves when they stream. Like most of the people that I watch are just themselves when they stream. When I'm watching like Zoltar, we have our friend Zoltar. Zoltar is Zoltar. When he streams, that's who he is. When Sapphire is Sapphire, that's who they are. When Gabby is streaming, Cozy Valk. I've only just met Cozy Valk recently, but I can tell already Cozy Valk is who they are. Side note, we did a Sunday meetup. Not like in person, because, they live thousands of miles away. But we did a Sunday meetup and just chatted about streaming and like what we do in person, which, by the way, we're doing that at noon on this weekend. Just remember, tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Just that was more for me than for you.
Set a reminder. Got it.
But I think that you can tell when people are being themselves and not being themselves, or trying to be somebody else. Because I did that when I first started. But it got shut down quickly when I first started streaming. It wasn't on my own channel. It was on it
wasn't on my own terms.
It wasn't on my own terms either. It was on Res TV, and one of the guys, not one of the main guys, but one of the guys that was on the in the community was like, "Hey, do you stop trying to keep up? Do you, and have everybody catch up with you?" And I was like,
"Love it,
dang! All right, let's see what happens." And eventually, I got to do. They started trusting me with doing my own thing on that channel, and then I got to bring that over to my own, and it was great, just being you. But it has always been, there's been somebody there to mentor me, even if it was just one sentence ever from them. I still consider that mentorship. I would have never started doing a gametography show if it wasn't for one dude saying, somebody else will show up that loves it as much as you will. And they're going to tell two people, and they're going to show up. and you are going to build a community based on what you love. Trust me. This is before in-game photography was a big thing.
Wait a minute, I just grabbed my notebook from 4 years ago. You said those exact same words to me. You used somebody else's lines.
Yes, because they changed my streaming sphere.
So what you're telling me, Obi-Wan, is you're a fraud. No, no.
A little bit. But also, there are people that I watch now that will never say that they're my mentor. They'll never say it, but they are. There are people.
I will never say it. I will never say it. And he tries to say that I am. But I see me.
I wasn't going to call you out, but okay.
Yeah, you were. It was going to be there. But I am here to encourage. I view you and I, and this is a pretty good analogy, and this fits really well with my name, sorry, but we are Obi-Wan and Anakin. That's how I look at it, right? Now, go watch the prequels, which I'm sorry, I've just said that sentence. But you watch, Obi-Wan is Anakin's mentor, right? But they're best friends.
Yeah.
But, sorry, Lem, I'm the chosen one. I'm going to bring balance to this thing called Twitch.
Okay. Cool. It's about friggin' time.
Except the problem is, guys, Lem has the high ground.
So far. Between us so far.
Do you see all these analogies, how they fit? Like, Lem's got the high ground. If I try and do a double backflip twist over top of it, he's going to cut my legs off. Be like, no, you weren't supposed to join them.
No, I wouldn't cut your legs off. I would just throw you not in the lava and not close enough to get burned up. I would force push you somewhere else. But yeah.
See, I would not be streaming if it wasn't for you, and I wouldn't continue streaming if it wasn't for you either. So you should give yourself a pat on the back for that one.
All right, you get one. There we go. Good. All right.
There, he did it. You guys, I heard that. That was audible.
So what kind of encouragement could you give to someone that not is trying to get to start streaming, but has been already streaming and wants to help others?
Okay. My advice to that is what we just spent time talking about. You got to be real, and be real with the person who's asking you, right? You cannot be afraid to be honest to the person. They came to you for advice, so give them the advice. Give them analytics. Have them look at their stuff. In my day-to-day life, I am an analytics specialist. That is my job outside of Twitch, right? So I am always looking at numbers and analytics, and that's where my brain goes to. That's when I'm talking with Lem, that's what we talk about is our analytics. And if somebody had been streaming for a while, and they're like, look, I want to do this, I want to do this better, and I want to do X, Y, and Z, I would tell them, look at the X, Y, and Z outputs of what's already out there, and how can you tweak it? Listen, Twitch is like an ocean, right? We are all little tiny fish. And when I say little tiny fish, I'm talking like minnows in this ocean. And there's a few big sharks out there, but most of us are no bigger than a little rainbow trout, right? Some of us are growing, and some of us are growing exponentially. If you want to be the person that's going to grow, you need to ask yourself a couple of things. First of all, am I comfortable where I am? Do I want to be where I'm at? Am I good if I stay there? If not, and I want to get bigger, what steps can I take? And the biggest step that you can take is learning from others and doing it your own way. And that is my biggest thing. Like, I look at what Lem did and I do it my own way. My own way is not as successful as Lem's yet, but that's also
I've also been streaming longer.
Correct. But that's also why I have goals, right?
Yeah.
Is because, and don't be, here's the number one piece of advice. Don't be afraid to go back and choose a different path because the first path wasn't working. If you keep down the one path, just hoping that it's going to work, it's not going to, because one, you're not having fun anymore. Two, you're stressing yourself out. And three, there was a reason why it wasn't working to begin with. You need to reevaluate that, take a step back, and choose a different path.
And those paths can, like you said, those paths can change, right? Like we are, like, let's say that I want to be a Call of Duty streamer because I love Call of Duty. Well, there's a lot of people that love Call of Duty.
Clip it.
All right? All right. There's a lot of people that love Call of Duty. And I can continue to try to pursue that. But why do I want to watch? Why should someone watch me over another Call of Duty streamer? And if you say because I'm the best at the game, that might be true. But is that if you're just starting out, if you're on the lower end of the views, that might not be enough. What's gonna make you stand out to a Call of Duty fan versus the guy who is slightly worse than you, but he has something that people on top of the Call of Duty-ness, that is there. Like, I don't know. Maybe he Call of Duty's as a vampire. And every time he gets somebody, he runs over to them, teabags them, and says, type O or type
Wait a
B+.
minute. You know what that term means?
Dude, I play Overwatch.
Okay. Sorry. You're absolutely right, though. Like, one of the biggest categories on Twitch is, aside from Call of Duty, is, what is it, Lem?
Just chatting.
Come on. No. Where am I going? Come on. I've led you here so many times. Where did the name for this cast come from?
On my own terms?
Yeah. What does that relate back to? Where did you originate that term from?
Fortnite.
There you go.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I was like, just chatting is the largest one, though.
It is, but okay, listen. Sometimes he can read my brain. Sometimes I don't send the right signal. Point being,
but Fortnite, yes.
If COD is the Atlantic Ocean, Fortnite's the Pacific Ocean, okay? And if you're going to go into streaming and you're going to be only a Fortnite streamer, good luck.
Oof.
Good luck. I promise you and wish you nothing but good luck. I did Fortnite for 2 years and banged my head against the wall and could not do anything to push forward. I don't want to get into monetary, but I put a niche into my Fortnite streams. Something that nobody else was doing. I've never been in a stream for Fortnite that did what I did, ever, anywhere on Twitch. There was no return to that investment in growth, how I put that. Like, for all of you guys that hung out with me and went through Fortnite Friday with Friends, I love you all. Don't get me wrong there. I'm talking about adding in people that we didn't know from our community, right?
Right.
That didn't really happen. And this is where I said, you got to be able to back up off of a path and choose another one. So I had to dial back on what I was doing. I'm like, I'm having fun with it. My friends that I have here are enjoying it. We're not making new friends with it. What can we do to change that? So that's where my Fortnite changed.
Yeah.
You just gotta be willing to not only stick with what's working, but tweaking stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I also guys, ever since 2020, Twitch blew up. Like, it became a whole different thing.
Oh,
And,
absolutely, it did.
where you were a small fish in the ocean, you got even smaller because everybody and their brother now works at home or works from home or was working at home or decided to start streaming because they needed to supplement income because they weren't able to work, and they kept doing it. Now there's all of us doing it.
Yeah.
For example, last night I went and I had to cancel my stream, but I decided to help other people by being a viewer. So I went into Marvel Rivals channel on Twitch to find someone to go watch. Do you know how many 1 and 0 streamers there are in that category?
So many. So many.
Yeah. So I say my biggest advice for anybody who's going to stream or wants to stream or is looking at getting into that, have fun first. If it's going to be your job, then make it your job. But if you just want to stream and hang out and have fun, make sure you're doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I stopped streaming Fortnite. I stopped streaming Overwatch because while I have fun playing those games, I don't have fun playing them for people. Like maybe right. Fortnite with Save the World, but playing them for others, like Battle Royale or that, that's not my thing. But yeah, I one of the things that I like to see as as someone that wants to help others, as a quote unquote mentor, is checking to make sure it's okay with them. I think that's also key. If you're trying to help others, make sure somebody wants the help. Ask.
Absolutely.
And you can't. You have to ask. If you are, I'm going to use a term I use all the time. If you feel you are called to help other people, ask if they want to be helped. Ask, and honestly, the best way you can, and I love listening to podcasts. I was listening to a podcast on by Trevor Noah, and he had a gentleman on. He says, and Trevor asked him, how can I get better at helping people? And he said, ask for help. You want to get better at helping others, you ask for help. And I definitely want to get better at helping others. It's who I am. It's not just what I do on stream. It's not just a personality. It's not like, although it is part of my job, it is part of my job. Absolutely is part of my job, but it is more of who I am. And I want to help others. And so part of that is going into other people's streams that I know little to nothing about what they're doing and asking questions. I have a lot of new friends in the cozy sphere right now, and the way I met them was I was just trying to define what is a cozy game, because so far the games that I've liked have been called cozy games. So what is a cozy game? And that led me down the YouTube rabbit hole, and I was like, that's great, but I can't get immediate answers to my question. So I turned to Twitch. And I have found so many amazing, great friends out here. We talked about Cozy Valkyrie already. We didn't talk about Lauren KHD. Fantastic streamer. Cozy, except for Frantic Friday. she's a great cozy streamer for Dreamlight Valley. I found some new cozy friends that play Infinity Nikki, and I just go in and I ask questions. And when I ask those questions, I get information back. And then if I go to another stream where people are like, "Oh, I'm trying to do this," I'm like, "I was just watching so and so, and this is what they did." It's not me giving them the answer. This is me when I was looking for the same answer that you were looking for. And this is who. So I feel that I'm called to help. so I need to ask for help.
See, and I like that you give credit where credit's due on top of that as well. I mean, I would expect no less from you. Like, absolutely. But I love that it's like, it's not just that you know the answer and you give the answer, you give the reference of where you got it. So you're also helping the other community at the same point. And it's just an all around.
Yeah.
Guys, if you ever get a lem hug, that's a lem hug right there. That is a virtual lem hug. By the way, if you live within the sound of our voice, and you pay for a chiropractor regularly, you can stop. Just make sure you have a weekly visit with Lem. I stopped seeing a chiropractor 20 years ago.
That's awesome. Oh man! All right, DK. If you had to, and I'm going to start asking. This is a question I just want to start asking everybody as we start to get closer to the end of the podcast episode. If you could do anything when it comes to your stream, this is on your own terms. You're streaming, you're gaming. Let's just keep it within those two things. What would be on your own terms? What would you do?
Yeah, see, and this is where Lem wishes he uses editing in his podcast. Because he just asked DK that question.
Yep. I can put the explicit message up on this for this podcast if I need to for this episode.
Listen, I remember rule number 1 and rule number 2. We're good.
Okay, hold on. You can't just say that and not tell people. What's rule number 1?
Rule number 1, don't get Lem fired.
Rule number 2.
Don't make
you made it the other.
We're back to rule number 1.
Rule number 1. Rule number 1.
Rule number 1 is don't make Lem look bad, and 2 is don't get Lem fired.
Yeah, it's make Lem look good. Back. Don't get Lem fired.
But it's a very Karate Kid thing, right?
Yeah.
Rule number 1, be excellent to each other. Rule number 2, see rule number 1. Right?
Karate Kid. You just triggered somebody, bro.
Okay. Karate Kid got me off on a different brain set. Rephrase your question real quick.
The question is, if you could do whatever within your sphere of influence for streaming, Twitch, that type of thing for community, and it was on your own terms, what would it be?
I would co-stream with Jennifer Lawrence 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. I'm kidding. I would.
Jennifer, you heard it.
Oh God. Oh my God. Does she listen to this podcast?
I don't know, but let's not waste the opportunity.
Right. So when you hear this, it's Darth_Kryptonite on any of the socials, and just reach out, okay? Okay. My own terms, what I would really want is, honestly, Lem, because of you, it's what I'm doing. I guess I would just like to be able to do a little bit more consistent, maybe an extra hour of every stream, and I would like to do at least 5 a week. I can't afford to do it. I don't have time for it. Because I got my little dude.
Yep.
That we help take care of and babysit for and stuff. So I have my time constraints, but on my own terms, if I didn't have my time constraints, I would like an extra hour and at least 1 extra stream a day. But to be fair, I don't think I would change up what I'm doing. I like what I'm doing. I like what we're doing. I'm going to try what you're doing though, as in like popping in, asking questions, sharing that with other people, and doing more of that, because I would love to see both of our communities grow even bigger from where they are.
Yeah, absolutely. And I say that, and it rolls back to the first thing we talked about. One of the first things we talked about, being genuine. Don't do it just to get followers. There are people that do that type of thing. Stop in just so they can get followers. if you are genuinely not trying to be a helpful human being, don't do that. Be who you are. If you're a jerk, go ahead and be a jerk. Have your jerk stream. Be that. I'm going to encourage you not to take that to anybody else's streams.
You won't be in many other people's streams
Right.
if that's who you are.
But-
Until you're big and known. Once you're big and known, they'll be like, oh my God, he's here.
Yeah. But I promise you, if that's who you are, do that. I don't welcome you into our community, but but do that. You gotta stay true to who you are. All right. If you are into dinosaurs and you're trying to play Fortnite, I mean, this season might be okay because Godzilla, kaiju. But if you're really into dinosaurs, don't start on Fortnite. You got Lego Jurassic World. You got Turok. You've got
Turok. What are you, man, in your 50s?
Shut up. He's coming back though. He's coming back.
Sure.
Sure.
So
No,
are
dude, he
mullets.
was in the Game Awards. They had a trailer for it. Turok's coming back.
Okay. If Turok wins Game of the Year, I will do the Kiefer Sutherland mullet from Lost Boys.
Y'all need to vote for the new Turok game for Game of the Year. You don't even know. Just spread it around. Let people know. I need to see this boy in a Kiefer Sutherland mullet. It needs to happen.
I'll tell you what, Lem. Halloween in the year 2032. I'll do it, but I expect Simon Phoenix to.
DK, where can people find you, bro?
You guys can find me on Twitch Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, or as I like to say, WTF. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. That's where you can find DK over on Twitch, Darth_Kryptonite. I would tell you I'm on TikTok, but I haven't used it in a while, and it looks like it may not be around for a while. I'm looking to branch to YouTube next, so that's my goal in 2025 is to be on both of those platforms. But for right now, you guys can find me Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 7 p.m. Central on Twitch to come hang out. We're doing Lego streams recently. People who seem to really like that, so I'm putting Legos together.
Yeah,
We're
man.
playing Marvel Rivals. We do some Fortnite. We do Disney Dreamlight. I mean, it's a variety, but we're just there for fun. So we never know what we're going to do. I'll never do the challenge I did last year ever again, but I am trying to pick a game and play it to beat it. So come over and have fun and hang out.
If you want to know about that challenge, go over, follow DK, and be sure to ask him about it. Say, hey, I heard you on My Own Terms. What was that challenge? Yeah. All right, you guys.
I'm going to tell you
Oh, go ahead.
one thing, Lem, I'm going to add this in there. If you guys come over to my channel and you're a first-time chatter and you say that you're here on your own terms, I'm going to put you in a drawing for a prize.
Ooh. Okay.
Gotta
All
be a
right.
first-time chatter. Gotta be a first-time chatter.
Yeah.
And you gotta say you're there on your own terms.
There it is. There it is. Hey, thanks everybody for hanging out. Oh, and as they say, DK, what are we talking about again?